And before that, all the day's action in Match of the Day.
Coming up here on Match of the Day here this afternoon, a massive game between these two big teams in the Premier League as second place Man City play here against Chelsea at the Etihad. And hello everybody and welcome here in the studio, and I am Gary Lineker and I am the presenter of Match of the Day, and I'm here alongside with the one and only Alan Shearer. A very big game this is between Man City and also as well Chelsea, the visiting team in this game here this afternoon. And what's your thoughts about this matchup here between Chelsea and also Man City? You know, these are top teams. And I know Chelsea did actually defeated Man City way back in December. And that was their first meeting of the season. Chelsea got the victory at home. But Chelsea do travel away from home. And they're not the favourites to win here, this matchup, as they're the away team. But do you see that Chelsea might get anything out of this matchup here after, let's say, a not a good position in they're currently at in the Premier League? Well, I think that there's a big game, of course, for Chelsea. And also for Man City as well, because they're fighting for the Premier League title over Manchester United. So it's going to be very intense, this game, because we know how very big this game could really be for Chelsea and also for Manchester City. We know that obviously Benzema's fit, Messi's fit. They also got Jude Bellingham's fit. They've got the real good team, a great attacking force in the Man City team to really get a result here. But as of obviously the opposition for Chelsea, we know that you can't underestimate them. A massive victory over Palace in their last Premier League game from last week, 5-0 away from home at Selhurst Park. But they are travelling here against one of the biggest teams who won the league last season, Man City, and it won't be a 5-0 beating that Chelsea will give to Man City here away from home. And you're against a real top team in the league, and it'll be a very big game, I think, for Chelsea to try and get the breakthrough here. And that'll be a massive chance for Chelsea to try and break into that top 4 position and get a result here. But it's going to be tough though, and I think that the Chelsea team and also Thomas Tuchel should prepare for this matchup coming up right here, right now, this afternoon. Thank you very much there, Alan. And now we go to the matchup itself here right now, as we are at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, as the Sky Blues of Manchester City, as they are going to face here against Chelsea. And let's get to the game. Here for this afternoon, Manchester City versus Chelsea. A very big game between these two established sides in the Premier League are playing each other in the race of the title race this season in terms of Man City's fortunes comparison to Chelsea's. As we know that for Man City, a massive game for them to try and get the win over Chelsea here this afternoon. As for Chelsea, however, their aim is to win here right now this afternoon and get themselves towards that top 4 position, as they're currently struggling outside of the top 4 at the moment under Thomas Tuchel. But as of Lionel Messi, 23 goals he scored so far as a Man City player since signing from last summer from Georgetown City, and he's made a massive impact so far this campaign. But however, for Man City, the lineup here this afternoon, as goalkeeper Ederson, we also have Laporte, Diaz, Walker and Gvardiol, with Rodri, Chukwueze, Jude Bellingham, and also Phil Foden, and also Karim Benzema and Lionel Messi in the front 2 for the Sky Blues of Manchester. But as of the opposition for Chelsea, for the team of Thomas Tuchel's team, we have in goal is going to be Courtois, will be the goalkeeper in the team, as he has been set up here with the defence, alongside here with Desailly, Tomori, Chilwell and James. with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Enzo Fernandez, Sterling, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham and also Lukaku. A team huddle here for Chelsea. They really want to get anything out of this game here for this afternoon. But they do play here away from home though to Manchester City. And this will be a very, very big game. This will be on the cards here for this afternoon's matchup. So here we go. And let's get this contest underway, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Man City kick things off. And let's get it underway right now for the game. City and Chelsea, two established sides in the Premier League, play each other here this afternoon to see who will get the result. Because Chelsea have got a chance to try and get back into the top four. As of a Man City, the pressure could be added towards Manchester United if they end up winning here this afternoon against Chelsea. There's a chance there from Tammy Abraham to shoot. He had a shot and that could have gone in, but saved there from Ederson. And now could be a chance for a header and a goal, but couldn't do. So now it's going to be another corner here now for Chelsea in the game. Crossing the box, header now to Benzema. Great counter-attack here now from Man City here. What a pass there to Lionel Messi all by himself. 1-0 maybe here. And a save right there from Courtois. Perfect save. Unbelievable save. And now we've got ourselves a corner in the matchup here live at the Etihad Stadium. Massive chance. Now here's Chuese. Cross it in. Another corner is being given. Another corner has been given, by the way, in this matchup here. And now a corner here, header away. Maybe a chance for Messi. Oh, very close. Very, very close. There's a chance there for him to shoot, but that's obviously gone wide. And now it's going to be now out there for a goal kick in the game. Now Courtois will boot the ball. Now a header there, slightly there now to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And now Mount. Could be a cross in. He does. And now here's to Rodri. Now Bellingham. And now Lukaku. Now Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh. A shot, but obviously gone wide. Now boots the ball. Now Phil Foden. Nice pass there. Now to Benzema. Has a shot maybe, but it's gone back to the goalkeeper. Nice and comfortable right there from the keeper. Now here's Jude Bellingham. Crossing the box here. Gone to the keeper right there. Nice and easy for him. Now he boots that away. Now here's Phil Foden. Could be a goal potentially, and it is! And Lionel Messi puts himself on the scoreline as Man City are in the lead. What a goal that was there from Manchester City in the game. He really took it all upon himself. And a great pass there from Phil Foden right there. To pass the ball to Messi. And his 24th goal of the season for Man City as a player in the team. And we have 15 minutes to spare in the matchup. 15 minutes to spare. Now Lukaku. Now here's to Tammy Abraham. Now pass there now to a chance there now to Benzema. Now Tomori. Now pass there to Phil Foden. Now Messi. And now he's all wet to Chilwell. Now Chilwell there to Lukaku. Now all the way there now to Fernandez. Now Lukaku. Now here's all the way here to Walker. Now Walker's really pushing through here now for Man City. Chance for Walker here. He's really on his own here now. Walker crosses it in here to Benzema, and he does! And just before half-time, Benzema, the French forward, puts Man City now 2 goals in front in the game. What a header right there from Karim Benzema. He crossed it in, right in the head right there to Benzema to head the ball past Courtois. And now City are 2 goals in front in the match. And that is half time, my friends, in the matchup here between Man City and Chelsea in the game. That is a massive, massive, massive 2 goals from Messi and Karim Benzema. As obviously Benzema obviously scored a great header at the end of the game. And Messi scored also a good top corner goal. So the first goal in the matchup for Man City. But it ends here this afternoon as City 2, Chelsea 0. And let's get this match underway here. Man City and Chelsea for the second half. And could Chelsea survive this second half period to try and get back in the matchup? Or will Chelsea be the ones who will suffer? That's the question. Now here's Chukwueze on the ball back here for Man City. Looking for options here now for the Sky Blues. Pass there for Phil Foden. Substitute's been made already. Lukaku's coming off the field, and the Nkunku's coming on the pitch, replacing from Lukaku now in the game. Now pass short here, the corner now. And he kept the ball alive on the pitch here. Could be 3 goals in the matchup. Save again. A chance to match. Oh, well, Messi almost scored, but saved there from Courtois. And now Cole Palmer is coming on the pitch. Former Man City player in his own right. Ex-Man City player is coming on the pitch, and Sterling is coming off the field. Now, meanwhile in the game, here's James. Pass short here from the goalkeeper, Courtois. Now here's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now it's to Mason Mount. Has a shot. Save right there for the goalkeeper. And now, cross right here now, maybe. Ooh! Header was given right there from the Nkunku. But now it's going to be here a goal kick in the game. Pass short here now to Walker. Now Diaz. Now Rodri. Now Chukwueze. Great pass now Benzema. Now Benzema now to Foden. Now Foden now. Looking options here now to Benzema. Benzema now. Messi has a chance to shoot here. Now pass meanwhile here's a chance. No! Bellingham! He scores! And Jude Bellingham got that finish. And he puts Man City 3 goals up against Chelsea. What a goal there from Jude Bellingham to put the ball past the goalie. What a hit. And a save, rebound to the feet of Jude Bellingham right there. Foden had a shot, save, went to the feet of Jude Bellingham and he striked it in. And that's a reckless challenge meanwhile in the matchup here for Christopher Nkunku, who's been injured a little bit. It looks like Phil Foden did recklessly challenge him here, and the yellow card right there for Phil Foden in the matchup. And that's a reckless challenge right there from the super sub for Chelsea. Phil Foden right there stuck a challenge there against him. Now Pep Guardiola now puts on here, looks like now that Guardiola's coming off the field, and he's replaced obviously by here João Cancelo. And now all the way there to the goalkeeper. Now boots the ball away. Now a header. Now to Tammy Abraham. Now to Chukwueze. Now passes it now to Bellingham now. Jude Bellingham now the ball. Now Messi. What a cross there from Messi. Finds Cancelo. There's a chance there from Cancelo there. What a ball there from Messi. Right in the feet of that winger right there for left back. In fact, full back of Man City there. João Cancelo. But now City now lost it. Well, on the ball back I meant here. Now Diaz. Now to Jude Bellingham. Now to a chance here. Back to Bellingham again. Great pass there to Kyle Walker on his own. And the right back strikes the ball right in the top corner. And Manchester City are now 4 goals up. And the fullback, Kyle Walker, he really outpaced the Chelsea defenders. And that right back right there really pushed up, he did. And he was in the right position at the right time. Had the ball, took it upon himself and scored past Courtois. And now City are 4 goals up in the matchup. And we do have, let's say, another 5 minutes to go of the matchup here. Here's Benzema. Now Messi. Messi now to Rodri. Rodri now, here's to Tammy Abraham. Okay, that is going to be a free kick in the matchup here, it looks like. And looks like something should be made here for Kyle Walker. The goal scorer comes off the pitch and John Stones will come on to replace him. We have got, let's say, another 2 minutes left of the game to go, by the way. 2 minutes left. Messi passed it here short there to Diaz. Now here's to Chueso now. Jude Bellingham has a shot! Almost a fifth goal could have gone in there. And he's been absolutely brilliant in the game here this afternoon. Absolutely brilliant he's been. And this could be over any minute now for full time. City will definitely win the game as we speak. Now Benzema. Nice pass to the Phil Foden. Now here's Tomori and it's all over. And Manchester City has got that massive win over Chelsea here this afternoon. A real terrific victory. A real terrific win. And that was unbelievable, I've got to say, in terms of the football Man City play. They really outclassed Chelsea in the matchup, even though the fullback got himself a sniff in the game. Kyle Walker, that fourth goal in the match, as it ends here this afternoon as Manchester City 4, Chelsea 0 at full time in the game. A massive result for Manchester City here for this afternoon. They won 4-0 against Chelsea here this afternoon, Alan. And tell us your thoughts on City now. Now, putting the pressure on United, who are currently top of the league, at least 3 points in front of City. And tell us about this game and tell us how Man City really produced an amazing effort here in the game over Chelsea. A very good game for Manchester City. They really played very, very well against Chelsea. And I feel Chelsea were, let's say, the team, weren't the favourites, of course, to try and get any win over Man City, as you know where they're currently at in the Premier League. Nowhere near the top four. And they're obviously the vulnerable team to go to the Etihad Stadium and get anything out of the game. And unfortunately, Chelsea had to pay the price, unfortunately, by the end of the matchup. But great result for Man City. And they've got their eyes, of course, definitely now on hoping United slip up in their games for the next 13 matches left of the season for a chance, hopefully, for City to win the Premier League title. But it's still a long way to go left of the season. Anything can happen, but a massive positive statement right there for City to get the win over Chelsea here this afternoon. Thank you very much there, Alan. And now we move on to the game highlights of the other coverages across the Premier League here on match day 25. And let's get to those games right here, right now, for this afternoon. A real brilliant good start in the matchup here for Brentford in the matchup as Ivan Toney put that ball past the goalkeeper of Alisson to put Brentford in the lead early on in the game, as the strugglers Liverpool are behind so far in the matchup here. And a real brilliant effort of a goal right there from Liverpool as Darwin Núñez took it all by himself, 1v1 to the goalkeeper of Flacken, and now Liverpool have got themselves level in the matchup. And that's a real brilliant solo right there from Darwin Núñez, and now Liverpool are back in the match. But however, Liverpool got themselves another goal to make it 2-1 in the game as Rafinha got the winner right there for Liverpool, and that's a massive, massive victory right there for the Liverpool team to be 1 goal behind and score 2 over Brentford as it ends here at the GTEC Stadium as Brentford 1, Liverpool 2. And a real perfect goal right there from Harry Kane to strike that ball right in that top corner past the goalkeeper of Jose Sarr, as now Spurs are 1 goal in front here at White Hart Lane. And then Spurs carried on this momentum and scored another goal, and Spurs in the second half scored another as a real 1v1 solo right there from the Korean Song Heung-min, as Spurs guaranteed a massive win over Wolves here at White Hart Lane as it ends Spurs 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 at full time. And a real brilliant start here for Everton in the game as Richarlison had a shot then rebound back again to Richarlison's feet again, and somehow Richarlison got there again and scored over the line past Dean Henderson, and the Toffees of Everton take the lead here at Goodison Park. And then, however, in the second half, Edmund got himself a goal to make it 1-1, as Crystal Palace in the second half got themselves a goal back in the game here, and it's game on here at Merseyside between Everton and Crystal Palace. And what a hit right there from Edmund, the key striker for the Palace team. And then Palace somehow surprisingly won the game against Everton here. The underdogs, pure underdogs throughout this whole season. The dark horses in that top four lose here at home against Crystal Palace as it ends Everton 1, Palace 2 at full time. And what a great start here for West Ham within 25 minutes of the game, as an unbelievable cross right there from Joe Bowen to meet the ball all the way to Paqueta for West Ham United, and Leicester City are behind as Schmeichel unfortunately could not save that shot as that ball still went over the line, and a goal here for the Hammers in the game. And then West Ham United got themselves another goal to make it 2-0 as James Ward-Prowse got that ball right in that bottom corner past Kasper Schmeichel, and West Ham United have won the matchup here for tonight as it ends Leicester City 0, West Ham 2 at full time. And what a brilliant start here for Leeds United, as a great goal there from Somerville, who puts that ball right in that bottom corner, beat past Nick Pope, and mighty Leeds United take the lead here against Newcastle at St James's Park Stadium. And what a great start there for Leeds in the match. And then things got bad to worse for Leeds United as Diego Llorente was sent off as he took out Miguel Almiron as he was the last man standing for Leeds. And Leeds United are definitely down to 10 men, and that's his second red card straight for Diego Llorente so far this season. And then Newcastle used that advantage and got themselves that first goal as Almiron, the guy who was failed by Diego Llorente a minute ago, got himself a goal here for Newcastle to get back in the game. And now Newcastle are level in the matchup. And great pass and great style of play right there from Newcastle to really make, and a real brilliant counter press here from Callum Wilson to get the opener for Newcastle. And Newcastle take that second goal very personally right there past Leeds United. Down to 10 men leads, and Newcastle took that advantage and got themselves for the first time in the game in front here at St James's Park Stadium. And then Leeds United got themselves back in the game. There's a great save there from Nick Pope with his feet, but unfortunately it was a rebound as it went to Somerville's feet into the back of the net, rolled over past the goalkeeper with the ball while Nick Pope was on the floor. And that's a very good counter-attack here from Leeds. Really had a game plan from that, and now it's 2-2. And then Leeds United down to 10 men make it 3-2 against Newcastle. And that's a real brilliant effort right there from Leeds. And I cannot believe to see there a goal from Patrick Bamford to put a 10-man Leeds United in front here away from home. And then Leeds United carried on the play and scored another goal to extend the lead. Forget about them being down to 10 men. Another goal was placed into the back of the net. And there's a real brilliant goal right there from Rutler, the forward right there for Leeds United, to put the ball past Nick Pope. And Newcastle are in big trouble now. But then, however, at the end of the matchup, Callum Wilson got himself a goal back here for Newcastle United, but it wasn't enough for them, unfortunately, so at St James's Park Stadium here this afternoon, as it ends Newcastle United 3, Leeds United 4 at full time. A brilliant start to the game here for Bruno Fernandes in the game, 1v1 to the goalkeeper of Joe Hart, as he took it all by himself, 1v1 to Joe Hart, and he placed that ball right in the bottom corner as Manchester United take the lead here at Celtic Park. And then the strugglers of the Premier League, Celtic, got themselves level back in the game here at Celtic Park just before half time. What a goal there from Chris Wood as he puts that in that top corner, and unfortunately Keylor Navas could not put any handlings onto that shot, and that shot went right in that top corner, and now it is 1-1 in the match. And then Man United carried on and tried to get themselves a goal here, and they did. And what a strike there from Marcus Rashford to put United back in front in the game. Nice little turn there from Marcus Rashford in that top corner though. And Joe Hart, unfortunately so, could not reach to that though, unfortunately so. And it is a goal there to make it 2-1. And then what a hit there from Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest player of all time, to extend the lead here for Manchester United. And Celtic are now 3 goals behind here in the game. And it looks like it might be a very hard day, it might be now for Celtic, to get anything out of the league leaders of Manchester United. And then Ronaldo got himself another goal to make it 4-1 and also wrap up the game by 4 goals to 1 in the matchup. And what a hit there from Ronaldo, CR7, to put that ball in that bottom corner now. And the score is Celtic 1, Man United 4 at full time here in the Premier League. And what a brilliant start right here for Norwich in the game here. What a little cut through play there from Timo Pukki to put that ball right in the bottom corner there, as Norwich City take an early lead past Aston Villa to make it 1-0 in the game. And that's promising for Norwich as they're currently struggling in the Premier League at the bottom of the table. And that goal right there may be some lifeline by the end of the match. But then Aston Villa got themselves a goal back to make it 1-1, and they got themselves level for the first time in the game. And what a real good counter-attack here from obviously Moussa Diaby to equalise in the game. Aston Villa got themselves that goal in the matchup, but however it was given as a penalty in the matchup as Alex Moreno was taken out by the defender of the captain. Grant Hanley was actually taken out there on Alex Moreno, and the captain for Norwich is in big trouble here, but only a yellow card though could do, and the penalty here for Douglas Luiz to put that ball into centre circle to get Villa in front in this matchup here for the first time in this game at Carrow Road. So Douglas Luiz takes the penalty here against the goalkeeper of Angus Gunn, and he does score it in that bottom corner just before half time. They've got their nose in front for the first time in the matchup, and Villa from 1-0 down to 2-1 is being brilliant so far for the Villains in the game. And then in the second half, things got really good for Aston Villa as Leon Bailey down the wing, 1v1 to the keeper, and Angus Gunn could not save that as he tried to save it, but unfortunately the ball did go over the line into the back of the net, and now Villa are now 3-1 in this matchup, and they are likely now they're going to win this matchup here at Carrow Road this afternoon. And then Villa got themselves another goal in the game here as Ollie Watkins took it all by himself as Angus Gunn was very hopeless in goal, he was, not to save that shot. And Aston Villa do get the victory here against Norwich City at Carrow Road as it ends Norwich City 1, Aston Villa 4 at full time. A very bad start here for Arsenal in the game as struggling side Rangers got themselves their nose in front in the matchup over David Raya, the goalkeeper, as Glasgow Rangers are not doing quite well in the Premier League, but they put themselves very nicely in front here in the game as Rangers are 1-0 in the match. And then Rangers carried on the momentum, of course, in the second half as a great pass from Lundstram all the way to Danilo, and Danilo with his right foot plunged that ball right past David Raya to score his second goal in the game, and that is right there, a beautiful strike right there from Danilo, and now it's 2-0 to Glasgow Rangers in the matchup. And then another goal was scored in the game here for Rangers as a real good counter press here from Andres Pereira to pass the ball nicely right there to Delelo. The Brazilian striker scored the second goal, who scored the third goal in the game for Rangers, and Arsenal lost against relegation side Rangers here at Ibrox by 3-0. Very disappointing for the Gunners. As Matoma, the Japanese midfielder, got himself the goal in the game to put themselves in the lead against Sheffield United in the matchup here for this afternoon. Great unbelievable passing right there from Brighton, and they made it very easy for themselves to put that ball past Sheffield United's net as the Seagulls take the lead in the game. And then Sheffield United got themselves level in the matchup as McAtee got the Blades back in level terms, as Sheffield United have been very, very brilliant in the last few games so far, in the last 3 matches, and maybe here this afternoon they could make a difference and beat Brighton here maybe in this afternoon's game. And then Sheffield United obviously got themselves another goal as James McAtee scores another one past David Sanchez, as an unbelievable cross right there from Cameron Archer, who crossed that ball all the way right there to James McAtee as he hits that ball past Sanchez, and the Blades put themselves in the lead in the game. But however, things weren't over for Sheffield United as Jayden Bongle scored a goal. An unlikely source of a player scored for Sheffield United. He's a defender, he is, and he really pushed forward, he did there, against the goalkeeper of David Sanchez, and put that ball past the keeper as Bogle right there makes it 3-1 to Sheffield United. They show a lot of hunger and belief so far in the match. But however, Brighton got themselves slightly back in the matchup here as Dominic Solanke passed the ball right there to Adarige and scored past the goalkeeper of Fodringham. And now it is a goal back, slightly back here now for Brighton to try and get anything maybe so in the match. And they did do that in the second half as Evan Ferguson, the substitute, got himself a goal, hitting the ball right in the top corner, and unfortunately Fodringham right there could not reach to that shot there from Ferguson, and now it is 3-3 in the match. And then another great pass all the way there from Brighton again, as a cutting shot there from again the exact same player like he did the first. Evan Ferguson, the substitute, scored 2 late goals for Brighton Hove Albion to guarantee a victory over Sheffield United as it ends Sheffield 3, Brighton 4. The official results for matchday 25 of the Premier League. Brentford 1, Liverpool 2, Celtic 1, Manchester United 4, Everton 1, Crystal Palace 2, Leicester City 0, West Ham United 2, Man City 4, Chelsea 0, Newcastle United 3, Leeds United 4, Norwich City 1, Aston Villa 4, Rangers 3, Arsenal 0, and Sheffield United 3, Brighton Hove Albion 4, while Spurs 2 and Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. The official table of the Premier League, as we have Manchester United are currently top of the league as they're 3 points clear from Man City in first place, while Everton are still in third position, but Aston Villa move into fourth place with 46 points, while Liverpool do take the 5th place in 5th position with 46 points, while Arsenal losing to Rangers, they drop down to 6th, while Chelsea are now 7th and 8th is Spurs, while Newcastle occupy 9th, while Brighton Hove Albion occupy 10th in the Premier League. In the bottom half of the table we do have is West Ham United with 35 points, while Crystal Palace are currently 12th with 34 points, while Brentford are now moved up to 13th position with 31 points, while Leicester are down to 14th, Leeds are down to 15th, while Sheffield United and Wolves are currently outside of the relegation drop, while Rangers now move up to 18th place, as Celtic and Rangers are now 3 points behind from safety, where Wolves are currently at with 21 points. But as for Norwich, things are looking bad to them now, as they're only now 9 points behind from safety, as they're currently bottom of the league with 12 points. And also coming up for next weekend, we do have some football action of coverage between Chelsea and also Spurs. And that game will be live on BBC Match of the Day. And that'll be a very, very big matchup broadcasted on this channel at 8 PM live for next week. But that's all the coverage here right now for BBC Match of the Day. For myself here today, Gary Lineker, as we'll see you guys soon with some more Match of the Day for next week between the two sides from London, Chelsea and Spurs, when they both play each other for next week. But that's going to be up here for this weekend, for this match day 25 of the Premier League. Have a very good week, and we'll see you next week with the next Match of the Day of our channel. Good night.